best attire, and it's this prosperity, name it and claim it gospel message that the Lord wants you to have the best of everything. And that wasn't the message that Jesus proclaimed when he was on the earth. His disciples did not have much. They gave everything they had to follow Jesus, and what they had, they gave to the poor. One of the most shining examples that I have ever seen in my life was that of Mother Teresa. Her selfless act, I think she was canonized, and she should be. She's, if there was ever a saint, she would be one. Mother Teresa. I mean, read about her. Yeah, Calcutta. Unbelievable work for the poor. Miracles happened. But, it's a selfless life. And Jesus said that your reward would be in heaven, not on earth, where moth and rust corrupts. I don't know how these prosperity people get away with deceiving people. They tell people to read their word, get in the Bible. And they decide to, just diss it, not look at it, and just dismiss it because they feel good about the person that's there that's so charismatic and looking so successful. I guess they think they've given into it. They, too, can actually have these things. Everybody wants to believe. Everybody wants to receive these particular things. And people can be gullible. And that's what she feeds on. And that's what this big story in Heat Street, talking about Paula White, and how she's getting her money and under investigation and these elaborate condos in New York City, and how she pries on the poorest of the poor and makes them give their money, their hard-earned money. And then I'm looking at these garages with brand new vehicles parked in them, her Mercedes-Benz, her Bentley convertible, and parked in her garages. And she has a great TV show. All of them make you feel real dandy about yourself and good about yourself. Folks, be leery of these prosperity gospel preachers on the TV. You can find a small church around your neighborhood that looks like it could use a little paint. Maybe you give them a few buckets of paint, or maybe you paint it for them, but don't be emptying out your savings account and thinking that you're going to get a place into heaven that way. You can't earn it. You can't buy it. You turn yourself over to them, and there you go. You can't buy yourself to heaven. Jesus already bought heaven for us on the cross. So you don't have to be snookered into doing that. If you've committed sins, you can't buy it. And no matter how good your intentions were, it certainly still does not give you that. And I kind of laugh when I see people's names on pews. If you're giving it just, the goodness of your heart, that's it. But that name itself inscribed there, or the thing that you bought, is not going to get Peter to open up that gate for you. It's the life you live and what's in your heart and what you've done. Yes, works do follow, but they'll manipulate you if you let them. Don't let them do that to you. But anyway, I decided not to go back because it offended me. I knew better. And they were an easy read for me to find out that that's what they were about. And you see what their lifestyle is. I'll tell you, the best example that I've ever seen, honest to goodness, when it comes to evangelists, no matter what religion you might be listening to the broadcast, Billy Graham. The guy lives in a log cabin. The guy's late 90s, okay? He didn't have town cars. He wasn't driving an Escalade. He wasn't dressed in the best apparel. Still, Franklin Graham leads up one of the best charities giving, Samaritan's Purse. So between the two organizations, they've done the most good. And that and the Salvation Army, about the two ones that I most believe in. So if you want to ever give to charity or leave something at the end, they would be the two organizations that, to me, do the most good around the world and feed people. And that's, to me, the real gospel. It's not how much money I can put in my Bentley or with the most expensive custom-made suit that I can get, because that's what they wear. And it's very evident because they want to make you believe that they're successful. And if you give U2 God a wink at you and open up all heaven and bless your little heart. It doesn't work that way, folks. It doesn't work that way. But that's a good dose of common sense. By the way, the dollar, and this is not prosperity, because we'd be asking for a lot more than that. We're just trying to get to $5,000. That's our big goal. We've already raised $1,000. Thank you. But we need to raise 4 more. So if you can give $1 today, that's not a lot of money, but it'll only take you a second to go to forthepeopleshow.com and make a donation today. But it'll make a world of difference, because what we're trying to do is get on more radio stations. We don't pay for the stations, but what we do is we have to have affiliate relations individual, Dennis Daly, a radio pro, that's going to be making phone calls as soon as we can secure him. We have to pay a salary over the summer, but he's going to be hitting thousands of radio stations to try to get us on more stations across the country. And the stations that we're on, we're very grateful for our affiliates that carry us around Kansas City, Missouri. Where else are we? Ocala, Florida. Phoenix, Arizona. Memphis, Tennessee. And we're also on the World Wide Web, and more stations to be announced. But we want to get the word out through advertising, an advertising campaign. But it takes money to be able to do all of these particular things. And I do not make a salary at all. And there's a lot of bills that go in that I pay from my other job with teaching voiceovers and doing professional voiceover for radio stations and TV stations around the country. That's what I do when I'm not on the air. But we put a lot into this, a lot of love. And if you enjoyed the show and you've been enjoying it, please consider giving today at forthepeopleshow.com and tell some friends about the broadcast. You can share on social media. If you don't like us already or following us already, you have an option to like us on Facebook today at forthepeopleshow.com. Check out our store page. And that Ready 123 Ready TV is available for download right now, too. We'll make a few cents off that. Keith Allen saying all the best. May God bless.